Parts of the circulatory system. Heart. A muscular organ that pumps blood through the intricate network of blood vessels, ensuring vitality and sustenance to every corner of our body. Veins. Veins are blood vessels responsible for transporting deoxygenated blood back to the heart. They form a vital part of the circulatory system, working in conjunction with arteries and capillaries. By collecting deoxygenated blood from various tissues and organs, veins facilitate its return to the heart, where it will be reoxygenated and sent back on a renewed journey through the body. Capillaries. Capillaries, the tiniest blood vessels, play a crucial role in facilitating the exchange of nutrients, oxygen, and waste products between the bloodstream and surrounding tissues. Lungs. Transfer oxygen into the blood supply. Oxygen is inhaled into the lungs during inhalation and diffuses into the bloodstream, while carbon dioxide is released from the bloodstream into the lungs and exhaled during exhalation. The lungs consist of millions of small air sacs called alveoli, where the gas exchange takes place. Arteries transport blood from the heart to different parts of the body. The circulatory system is made up of around 60,000 miles, 96,500 kilometers, of blood vessels. Now let's discuss the parts of the heart. Aorta. The body's largest artery, carrying oxygenated blood from the heart to all organs and tissues, ensuring vital circulation. Pulmonary artery. A blood vessel that carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation, supporting the respiratory process. Pulmonary vein. A blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood from the lungs back to the heart, completing the respiratory cycle and ensuring oxygen supply to the body. Left atrium. One of the heart's chambers, receiving oxygenated blood from the pulmonary veins and preparing to pump it into the left ventricle for distribution to the body's tissues. Left ventricle. Powerful chamber of the heart that receives oxygen-rich blood from the left atrium and contracts to pump it out into the aorta, providing vital supply of oxygen and nutrients to body's org. Right atrium. Chamber that receives deoxygenated blood from the body's tissues through the superior and inferior vena cava, preparing to pump it into the right ventricle for transportation to the lungs for oxygenation. Right ventricle. A heart chamber that receives deoxygenated blood from the right atrium and contracts to pump it into the pulmonary artery, directing it to the lungs for oxygenation before returning to the left atrium to complete the circulatory cycle. Superior vena cava. Large vein that carries deoxygenated blood from the upper body regions back to the right atrium of the heart, supporting the circulation of blood between the upper body and heart. Inferior vena cava. Major vein that returns deoxygenated blood from the lower body regions back to the right atrium of the heart, completing the circulation of blood between the lower body and heart. This concludes the parts of the circulatory system. Do share.